Good morning, Stemmies, and welcome to Wednesday. I'm just going to go through a little bit of what we expect for you to do today. The nice thing about this assignment, as you will notice if you got to Google Classroom, which you did because you made it here, great. Hopefully you notice that there is just a launch video, which you're watching right now, and then one document. This one document has some links and some different things to do, but it's really the one place to get everything you need for today's activity. So when you get started today, you'll notice right away that there are a couple pieces in this document. The first one being this table that talks about energy users and the dollars yearly, or the dollars spent yearly running that energy user. Hopefully you'll be able to take most of the things that you used on Monday and put them into this table. Now, unfortunately, the easiest way for us to help you calculate how much money that uses, or in conjunction how much energy that uses on a regular basis, is to use different calculators that are put out there. And unfortunately, the majority of those are focused purely on electrical energy. But that actually works out pretty well for some other things that you'll see coming up today. So what we're going to do is, you saw that link and it takes you to this website right here. And as you go through, you can see a bunch of different appliances, items, tools, whatever they may be, that you use or you may use in your house on a regular basis. When you're looking at this list, if your 5 things aren't on here, we're going to ask whichever ones you found you use. And if you don't have, like if you only 2 of them show up on here, we're going to ask that you find other things on this list that has the majority or that you use on your in your home on a regular basis. Sorry, that was discombobulated, but really what we're saying is you got those 5 things, you're going to take those and you're going to find them on here unless they don't exist on this list, and then you are going to find things on here that you use. So for instance, if you know me very well, you know that I like to eat a lot. And one of those things that I use in order to eat a lot is the microwave oven. It's a very simple thing. Most people have one in their home, not everybody, but a large percent of the population uses a microwave oven in their home. So looking at this, one of the things you'll notice right away is there's actually 2. So there's microwave oven in use and microwave oven standby. So that tells us that that microwave I have is actually not always running, but it's always using some kind of electrical energy. It probably has that clock or whatever else is going on. There's electrical energy being used regardless of whether or not you're cooking. For the sake of this video and this conversation, I'm just going to focus on the microwave oven in use. So let's say that I want to think about how much I use, the usage, how much I use that microwave oven. Now the nice thing is they give me a couple different options here. One of them is the minutes per day. One is hours per day, minutes per week, or hours per month. Thinking about using a microwave oven, I'm probably going to say minutes per day. And let's talk about why. So if I think about my microwave, I don't use it every single day. There's a good chance that on a given day I won't use it, or if I do, it'll be for a variable amount of time. So in this case, I'm going to have to kind of brainstorm and kind of think about what exactly that would break down into for minutes per day. So I'm thinking the majority of the week, I maybe use it once every 2 days, maybe every 3 days. And when I do, it's usually for about, we'll say generously, about 10 minutes. So if I think about, over the course of a week, if I'm really figuring that out, it's probably about maybe 5 minutes a day. So let's say for 5 minutes a day, then I can go ahead and plug minutes per day and literally just type in the number 5. As soon as I do that, it takes their calculations, including the typical watts. And if you don't know what a watt is, feel free to look it up. We're not going to go into great detail here. But the idea is just that this is a unit used to decide or to explain or to represent how much electrical energy is being used. So you've heard about like the wattage of a light bulb, like it's a 60 watt bulb. That's how much energy, how much electrical energy that light bulb is using. So in this case, it says that an average microwave oven in use uses 1,500 watts. So if I'm going to say that it uses that many watts, I'm going to say yearly it's $4.89 it's costing me to run that microwave. So if I go back to my sheet here, energy user, I'm going to write microwave, and we can watch my slow computer and my questionable typing skills. And I'm going to say that dollars yearly is 4.89. Now we're asking you to go through, like I said, find those 5 things, put them in this list. Once you're finished with that, there is one question that corresponds with this. And that's that after going through this portion of the activity, what was something that surprised you, did you have any misconceptions or misunderstandings when completing this first list? So when we're asking is when you go back and look at that first list and compare it to this list that actually has the dollars yearly spent on that item or whatever it may be, did it line up? Did it make sense? Was there anything where you're like, wow, I thought my microwave used way more energy than it does, especially when compared to the blank TV, computer, whatever. Just comparing those things to what you actually found out today to what you thought you knew on Monday. I think they're definitely, based on the different examples that we looked at or the student examples that we looked at today, there will definitely be some people or the majority of people that have at least one thing that they're like, oh, I didn't really realize that, or I was kind of wrong about that. Okay, once you're done with that part, we're moving on to step 2 of 3. Step 2 is literally just watch a video. It's about 10.5 minutes, 10 minutes and 30 seconds. It is this video. Ooh, it kept running in the background. It is this video here that is a TEDx at a high school. So this is a high school student that's talking about the different things that he's doing in order to conserve energy in his own home. So for this 10 minutes and 28 seconds, just plug in, really focus not only on the things that he's talking about that he did in his home, but focus on how some of those things can be used in your home as well. So really, when you watch this video, and it says right in the assignment, when you watch this video, your focus is to figure out what things you could do in your own home to conserve energy. Once you finish that, surprise, surprise, we're going to ask you to go through and talk about 3 different things, 3 different items that you found in your list above. And to be totally honest, if it's something else that wasn't on that list necessarily, but it seems after he talks about it, you're like, wow, that's definitely something I could do, that's fine also. But tell me which 3 of those things you're going to change your habits with. Tell me what your plan is to conserve energy, so how you're going to do that. And then, of course, why that plan will help. So if I'm going back to the microwave example, I could say I'm going to use my microwave less. And that would be my plan to conserve energy. Only use my microwave once a week rather than as many times as I need to. Those would all be good things. Now, something to consider with that idea, and it's going to be the case for a lot of different options here. When I say that, if I say I'm going to use my microwave less, that's my energy user's microwave, I'm going to use it less. Now, when you think about that, though, the tricky part of this situation is, if you, again, back to that previous conversation, if you know me, I like to eat. I'd rather not eat cold food all the time. So if I'm going to figure out a way to use my microwave less, and the exchange for that is I'm just going to start using my oven more. So I say, plan to conserve energy, use the microwave less and use the oven instead. That's great. But if you actually go back and look at that table, it might not be such a great idea. That might not be conserving energy in any way. We might actually be using more energy. So that's a very simple example, but whatever you're thinking about for your plan to conserve energy, make sure you're considering all the ramifications or the impacts that are made by that decision. So it's not just use the microwave less. That might not be enough to actually make a difference because it might be changing other habits with other materials or other items or appliances, whatever they may be. So as a quick summary, today what we're asking you to do is go through with the calculator, figure out 5 things and how much it costs you to run them on a yearly basis. The next thing is to tell us if you had any misconceptions, watch the video, and then find 3 things that you can do in your home to conserve energy. As always, we hope you have a great rest of your day. We will be available from 9 to 11 in the WebEx chat. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us there or email us separately. And have a great day. Stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.